Well, hello. Yes, you are.
Coach, talk to us about the game and what are you expecting from this team?
So, Oral Roberts, their record is not reflective of what a good basketball team they are. They have a new coach, and I know Kelsey. I've known her for a really long time. She was at Southwestern Oklahoma when I was at West Texas A&M, and she turned that program around and did a really great job. So, she's in her first year. They really love to run the dribble drive offense. They love to play fast pace, shoot the three ball, and so it's going to be a challenge for us to just slow them down in transition and to make them have to run some offense. You know, I think that they are really good at her system and what they want to do, and they've played some tough people and just haven't been able to, you know, get in the win column as much as I'm sure they would want to. But in her first year, she's really laying the foundation. So it'll be a game that we need to come out and have great energy. We'll need to, like I said, slow them down in transition. We'll have to rebound the basketball well. They've got a post kid that's averaging a double-double, so that'll be a big challenge for our post to keep her off the glass. And then we just need to, you know, play our game. We need to play Texas Tech basketball, and we need to play inside out. We focused the last week on passing up good shots to take great shots, because I think against Sam Houston we took some early shots that we weren't expecting and didn't shoot it well for that reason. So I think that we've had some really good practices the last couple of days, and hopefully you can see a lot of improvement when we play.
What are some of the injury updates that you have for us right now?
I believe everybody is healthy except for JoJo. She's coming along, though. She's starting some individual workouts with us, which is fantastic. That's going to be a work in progress for her. But Kat is, I wouldn't say she's back to 100%, but I definitely think that her numbers and her minutes will definitely go up tomorrow, and she'll play a lot more. And that's going to be great to have her back in the rotation. And everybody else is pretty healthy, knock on wood. So hopefully we can stay that way going into conference play.
As you get to approach conference play, what is the consistency that you've seen from this team, and what do you still need to see for you to be happy?
Yeah, I think, I think they're playing really well together. I think that our depth has been a great thing. I think it's been somebody different every night that can step up. So I really like that. I want us to continue to work on, like I said, just passing up good shots to get to great shots, because I think this team is capable of really getting some high percentage shots, and that could be a 3-point shot for us, but I just feel like we can really set each other up for that. And when we do that, our kids, when they have time and they execute their offense, we can really shoot the basketball. So I really hope that we'll just continue to search for better shots throughout our offensive possessions. And then secondly, just our defense. You know, I want our defense to be really solid. I want us to be able to jump in and out of different defenses. I mean, clearly we're a man-to-man team, but I think there's some zones that we can run, some presses that we can run that can speed people up, maybe create some turnovers. And then I just want to keep rebounding the basketball. We've done a decent job of that. I wasn't pleased with how we allowed Sam Houston to have so many offensive rebounds in that game, but overall, I think we've been rebounding the basketball a lot better, especially since past years.
After having a couple series early in the year where you guys have games on back-to-back nights, how has that better prepared you guys for when the games are a little bit more infrequent, when you have maybe 1 or 2 games per week, and how will that help you guys heading into conference play?
I think our kids have really learned that when we have 2 or 3 days to prepare for a team, they really understand our scout a lot better. I thought our kids did a great job in those back-to-back opportunities that we had, and they learned, I think, how to learn a scout quickly and how to recover quickly, and that they could physically and mentally push through some fatigue in that second game. And I think all that's going to help us down the line, hopefully, especially when we get to tournament play. But I think having this extra time in between games now has allowed us to go back and to correct some things about ourselves. You know, I think we've been able to look at different lineups. I think we've been able to really tweak some offenses that we really like, some of the different looks that we really like with certain people on the floor. And we've been able to really experiment with that. We've played 5 guards. We've gone really big inside. we've been athletic and been able to press. So I really like the different combinations that we're able to put on the floor, and I just feel like our kids are getting more confident with it with the reps that they're getting in practice.
Coach, as you know, Hannah Cooper, the leading scorer for ORU, averaging just about 19 a game, had 39, and then most recently here with 26. Any sort of suggestions on how to kind of slow her play?
Yeah, I think we need to get it out of her hands. I think that's part of it. She does such a good job in their dribble drive offense around that high post pick that we've got to make sure that we keep her in front of us and not let her get downhill on us. So if we can make her give it up, especially in transition, and maybe not let her have it back, I think that'll help us. But we've just got to play solid defense and know and be aware of when she has the basketball that whoever's defending her is going to need a little help.
Coach, your team had a 6-1 start last season. You're now 8-1 with a 7-game winning streak. Have you kind of talked to your girls on managing that success moving forward?
Yeah, no doubt. We certainly have been talking about stacking success and learning how to continue to get better and not be complacent. I think that's my biggest fear as a coach, is that you get complacent and that you play maybe to the level of your competition, or that you're not really pushing yourself to, like I said, be really efficient with the basketball, or maybe that's okay to get beat on a backdoor cut or something like that. And those are little things that we're really trying to hone in and making our kids say, we want to go from good to great. Like, we're a good basketball team right now, but we want to be a great basketball team. So yeah, this is that opportunity. December on our schedule is an opportunity for us to stack wins and stack success. But we've got to continue to grow and prepare for Big 12 play, because we know it's going to be a grind when we get there.
Coach, you talked about passing up good shots to get great shots. Who would be a candidate to start that process for you, do you think?
I think it's anybody. I think we showed them 8 clips in the first half against Sam Houston that were fast break opportunities that we dribbled into it. Mostly it was because they were pressing us and we got the ball to the middle of the floor or behind the press. And so when we got behind the press, we had fast break opportunities, and instead of being aggressive, we took the first available shot, which was a jumper a lot of times in the paint without rebounders in place. So really it's whoever has the ball in their hands of just making 2 take you and setting someone else up for a shot that they can catch in rhythm. Whether that's a drop off to a post in a 2-on-1 situation, whether that's getting it to the paint and kicking it out for a 3 where our shooters have their feet set. I just think those are really high percentage shots for us, and we just need to make one extra pass even in transition. So a lot of people, I mean, it literally was every one of our starters that we showed a clip of them just taking the first available shot instead of helping someone else score and take a better shot.
Have you liked how the schedule now seems to be spread out? It's like you play a couple games, in a row, and then a week, and then a week, and then a few days after that.
Yeah, I think it's been good. It's, mainly the reason that it's spread out right now is because of our finals, because we needed to give our kids an opportunity to prepare for those, and then to also, do really well on them. So that's why we're having a little bit of a break right through here. But I think it's been really good, because we've been able to get in some rhythms by playing some back-to-back games, or games that had few days off in between. And then now I think it's given us a chance to get our legs back under us, rest a little bit, refocus, give them some time to stay fresh. Because if you guys remember, we've actually been going since August, because we went to Greece and had 10 days before that. And, I think that's one of the things that you have to guard against as a coach of basketball, of collegiate basketball. Our season is really long. So we want to keep our kids not just fresh-legged, but fresh-minded. And I think that piece of it has really helped us, because we've been able to let them take a couple of days off here and there, be a student. They've also been able to be kids as well. I know they've done some Christmas shopping, and just being able to go to movies together, and just being able to relax a little bit here in between too, while still getting to focus when we get them on the court for our practices.
Do you have a Mike Leach story for us? I know it was before. After you played. And
it was after I played, but he did work here. He was the coach here when I was coaching with Coach Sharp, and I don't think I have a funny one or anything, but I will tell you that I was mesmerized to be able to sit in some meetings with he and Coach Sharp, because they were really good friends and they really helped each other. through some difficult times for our athletic department. And it was really incredible to sit there and listen to how extremely intelligent he is. And he spoke much like I think doctors speak at times, where they really think about what they're going to say before they say it. And so it would take him a while to tell a story, right? It would take him a little while, but he just had such profound thoughts, which I think goes right back to how his offense was, I mean, he was a pioneer for the air raid. And, I think that just goes to show you how brilliant he was, but it's just it was just so interesting to be in those meetings, to be able to hear them talk. And I appreciate Coach Sharp allowing me to do that at the point in my career that was happening, because I was just eager to learn from anyone. And he was extremely brilliant.
Coach, I know we asked you about it last week. Now that you've since passed the, quote, bye week, if you will, what did you take from that week? And I know you mentioned shot selection and some other things. How do you think that week benefited your team?
Yeah, I think it's been a really good week. I mean, I think we, there was a time in the Sam Houston game that I got super frustrated with our kids because I felt that like they looked really fatigued. And I think it was early in the game. And I was kind of lost my mind for a minute. And then I thought, you know what, this is like third game in 5 days or something like that. And there was a lot going on. So I kind of showed them a little bit of grace there and realized, okay, they are fatigued. We got to learn how to push through that. So the past probably 7 days that we've had now, it's been much more about, like I said, just giving them some time off, getting them fresh. We didn't have long practices the last 4 or 5 days. We've had shorter practices, but yet tried to make them upbeat, high energy, competitive based. And I think that's really been good for us. So we just had a really good practice. I really liked our energy that we had, our focus and attention to detail on the scout. And I'm hopeful that we can really shoot the ball well tomorrow, and that we play really good defense and reach a lot of our in-game goals that we have for us.
Just one last thing for me. Do you think the fatigue has been part of the second half drop-off the last couple of games?
For sure. I actually think in Sam Houston, we didn't shoot the ball well at all. And the fact that Andrew keeps posting about that we were number 4 in the nation in three-point percentage, we read that a little much. So it's Andrew's fault. But so I think we read about ourselves a little too much. But I do think that we did not shoot the ball well against Sam Houston. I want to credit Sam Houston to that. I mean, I'm certainly not going to take anything away from them, but I do think we were pretty fatigued, and it's not like us not to shoot the 3 ball well. So I do hope that having our legs back under us and, not playing so many games right in a row will help us.
Hey, Coach, I know you kind of already touched on this, but do you feel that this more spread out schedule is kind of hindering you guys or helping you when you get to Big 12 play, when that schedule starts to pick up a little bit more?
Yeah, no, I think it's going to help us. I mean, like I said, the spread out play right now was strictly for finals. Now we're going to turn around and play tomorrow, which is Wednesday, right? Yeah, we're going to play Wednesday, and then we're going to turn around and play again on Tuesday. Monday? Yeah, I'm so confused. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused on the days right now. But we're about to play, 3 games, our last 3 games before Christmas break. So that'll help us get back in a groove. So I think it's absolutely helped us. And I think, that's one of the reasons that we scheduled a game when we come back from the Christmas break before we play Iowa State, is to get us kind of shake some rust off, get us back in a rhythm and a routine, because then it's going to be very much Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. And that's a grind. I mean, because you're going to play really big time basketball every Wednesday, Saturday in the month of January and February. So I think this has been fantastic for us.
Coach, is there a team in the Big 12 that Oral Roberts reminds you of?
Yes, very much so. I think they remind us of OU, the way that they like to shoot the 3, how fast they play. They score a lot of points, and they really like the 3 ball. So it's very much like OU.
A 2-part question for you. Number 1, 68 turnovers for us in the last 3 games. What do you attribute that to, and how important is it for you to do that? And then second part is what do you think it says about this team and its ability to be able to win in different ways? Some nights it's scoring 86 points. Some nights it's grinding it out, that you're able to kind of find different ways to win when maybe shots aren't falling, or
Yeah.
You know,
What was the first stat you said?
on the turnovers, 68 turnovers in the last 3 games.
68.
In the last 3 games. So
Is
20,
that like that we created or that
yes,
we?
you've turned teams over.
Okay, I was like,
68
I'd have
times.
missed that stat if we turned the ball over 68 times. This would not have been a good break.
No,
so
you've turned.
we created 68.
Yes.
I got you. No, that's fantastic. Actually, I really like that because that is something that we haven't been able to do the last couple of years is create turnovers or create offense off of our defense. And so I think that has been huge. I think that just being able to put different lineups on the floor is going to help us in Big 12 play. It's kind of like what we just talked about. Like OU is going to shoot the 3. They're going to push the ball up and down the floor really fast. Then you're going to play Texas, who is in your face, full court, man to man, and they're big. They're going to be really big inside. So we're going to have to go big. I love that we have different people stepping up because that's going to help us with our versatility. I think it helps with people having to scout us. Like they have to scout more than one thing. So I love the fact that we're just our depth is showing and that we're developing some kids to be able to help us in Big 12 play. And I still think, that we're able to get, 10, 11, 12 deep on our bench, which is great. All right. Thank you, guys.